What's good, Josh? I'm Makai. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And today we're going to be talking about the New York Knicks. And the Knicks, so far we've gone 21 games this season. I've seen, a good amount of those games. And this season, the Knicks just haven't been the same team that they were last year. And it's for, a multitude of reasons, whether it be, Julius Randle's not the same on offense. The defense has just gotten way worse. And, the starting point guard play has kind of stayed at the same level. But you wouldn't think it would be like that going from Peyton to Kemba Walker. And it's just, a bunch of the Knicks issues are things that I think can be ironed out, over the course of the year. Now, the defense I don't think can be ironed out, but I do think that Julius Randle, as the season goes on, I think he can, shoot higher percentages. Right now he's shooting 41% from the field and 32% from three. I don't think he's that bad of a shooter, but it's just that, maybe it's the new ball he's adjusting to, fans being back in the arena, just things of that nature. But, it's just a bunch of things with the Knicks. And the Knicks, I never had them as like a super high seed this year. I said that they're going to be in the play-in most likely. The top half of the play-in, I said maybe like 8th, 9th seed. But, they've started off the year pretty bad. And, opening night, things look pretty good because they were battling with Boston. And things are pretty great. But then, they dropping games to the Magic. They losing to teams that you just don't want to see them lose. So they losing games to the to the Charlotte Hornets and just teams like that, and teams that you don't want to see them lose to. And a big part of that is that Julius Randle is not the same offensively this season like he was last season. Last season he was hitting a lot of tough, off the dribble mid-range jumpers. He was hitting a lot of three-point shots, and he was still posting up. He was really good in the post. Whether it be hook shots, fadeaways, just that sort of thing. But the thing is, this season, those highly difficult shots, especially in the mid-range, are not falling. And, Julius Randle is not some crazy off-the-dribble guy to where he can, he doesn't have the burst to get past guys to go straight to the rim. Usually he has to go to the post to get around somebody, or he just pulls up for, a pull-up mid-range. And this season, the mid-ranges are not falling. So, obviously his offense is going to fall if, the shot he was taking the most isn't falling anymore. The only positive about Julius Randle's offense this season is the playmaking has looked really good. Because, the Knicks offense really revolves around Randle just like it did last year, whether it be, dribble handoffs, whether it be just playmaking out of the post, playmaking, from the elbow. But Julius Randle's done a really good job this season. And, especially in the Chicago game, when they played us in Chicago, Julius Randle was really, reading the double team really well. He was making the correct skip passes. He was just finding an open guy and just, making it, timely, like good passes, on time. And that's the only positive thing so far about Julius Randle's season. But the shooting needs to come back. I don't know if it's going to come back. I think it can, but most likely it's not going to go back to where it was last year. But if he can get to like 35% from three, let's say like 45% from the field, because as a star player, a lot of the offense, revolves around him. So if he can't get it going, then it's probably going to be really hard for anybody else to get anything going, because they kind of gravitate off of, they go as he goes, as one would say. And this season, RJ Barrett, earlier in the season, he had a stretch. He was doing really good, scoring over 20 over and over and over. This season, he's giving you 14 points, 2.1 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 5.9 rebounds, and he's shooting 39% from the field and 32% from three. And the thing with RJ, I just don't know. Like, in the stretch that I mentioned earlier, he was doing really well, shooting the ball really well, getting to the rim with ease. But lately, the shot is not falling. And RJ has never been a great ball handling guard. His handle is not the strongest, so it's easy to, get him off of his line, get him off of going to the rim. And, like I said about Randle is not the advantage creator right now in this year that he was last year, and that's making it a lot harder for everybody else to score, because RJ right now, year 3, should not be expected to be some sort of amazing, advantage creator. And RJ this season is just, struggling with a lot of things. But offensively, his role has been kind of, not a super high usage guy. I think he's like 22% usage, the same as Obi Toppin, which is crazy. So I think maybe with more touches, he can get more into a rhythm this year, and then things start to look better. But, I don't know. And Evan Fournier, Evan Fournier, I think they gave him like $18 million and, 13 points a game, 41% from the field, 39% from three. And Evan Fournier, I thought he was a better defender than what he is right now. I didn't think he was like some amazing great defender. I just thought that he would be like a neutral, like, can, rotate against guys, maybe tag the roller once in a while, decent on ball, because he was never going to be guarding the best player on another team. So I just thought that he would be kind of decent. But it's been a lot of times that Tibbs did not think he was doing well enough to even close the game. And when you got a guy making $18 million, you really hope that, you know, he can be that level of guy. And, you know, Evan Fournier, he is a great shooter. He's shooting 39% from three. Not great. He's a good shooter. He's a serviceable shooter. But everything else is just not really good. I mean, whether it be, as far as, you know, off the dribble creation goes, that's the problem with the Knicks. They don't really have anybody who's a reliable off the dribble shot creator, and they don't really have anybody who's a reliable defender, especially on the perimeter. In the paint, Mitchell Robinson is decent. Nerlens Noel, I don't know about him. But they don't really have any impact defenders, and they don't really have any, you know, kind of elite offensive players. And that's the Knicks' problem. They just have a bunch of kind of middle of the pack guys. And when you don't have that one dude who stands out above the rest, it makes the whole team thing kind of look bad. And, you know, Kemba Walker, Kemba this season has not been shooting well. He's shooting 42% from the field, 41% from three. So he's shooting well from three, but he hasn't been getting to the rim like he used to in the past. And I feel like if he can't get to the rim, then his scoring is going to look a lot different, because he doesn't really have the burst that he once had, obviously. But, you know, last year when he was in Boston, he had a stretch where he was looking really good. And I thought that he could take some of that and not even have to be like a primary on the team. Like, let Randall do his thing and just let him, you know, create off the secondary stuff. But Kemba has just not been very good. He can't really get to the rim anymore. He can't really create separation like he once used to. And he's never been a good defender. And this year is some of the worst defense I've ever seen. And now he's out of the rotation, because if Kemba, I always say this, if Kemba is not making shots, then he has no reason to be on the court. If he's not scoring the ball, then there's no reason for him to be on the court, because at that point, he's just a defensive liability who's not giving you anything on either end. The only two players that I can outright say are having a positive season for the New York Knicks are Derrick Rose and Alec Burks. And Derrick Rose this season is averaging 12 points, 45% from the field, 41% from three, and he's giving you 4 assists off the bench. And I saw a stat. The Knicks bench has a higher, net rating, but whatever it is, the Knicks bench is better than the Knicks starters. And that's really sad, because you would think that the starters would be better than the bench, because the bench is on the bench for a reason. But Derrick Rose has been really good scoring the ball, getting into the lane, you know, floaters, crafty layups, all that. He's been shooting the ball really well, and he's just been a good initiator off of the bench for the New York Knicks. And Alec Burks is doing really good this season. He averages 11 points, 42% from the field, 44% from three, 5 threes a game. So he's really shooting the piss off the ball. And Alec Burks is, you know, a fairly decent defender. He's not an amazing guy, but he's better than Kemba Walker at this point in their careers, which is why he is now in the starting lineup. And I think that was a great decision. And, you know, about the rest of the guys on the Knicks, Taj Gibson, you know, he's always hurt. Emmanuel Quickly, I'm not in love with him, but he's having a decent year, 9 points, 40% from the field, 36% from three. I mean, you know, he's doing everything he can. He's just second year. I didn't have big expectations for Emmanuel Quickly, honestly. But my issue with this New York Knicks team and with the coaching is that if you see that this team is not having the best, you know, kind of runs, you know what I'm saying? This team is not doing the best this season. Why not give the rookies a shot? Why not, you know, let, you know, first round pick Miles McBride, why not give him a shot? He was coming out of college. I think he was a pretty decent guy. I think he was a guy who they obviously thought was worthy of going in the first round. And why not, you know, give Jericho Sims, Quentin Grimes, like, give guys like that, just give them a shot. Like last year with IQ, I can't say nobody, but last year with IQ, he was a rookie. Tibbs gave him a shot. He became a good rotation guy, and he, you know, helped us a lot during the season. So just give the young guys a shot. The team, the season is not going as well as you thought it would. 11-10, like 7th in the East. The season is not lost. I still think that they can make the playoffs, but it's just that I don't think that this Knicks team is as good as I thought they were going to be a couple months ago. I didn't think that Kemba Walker was this cooked on, you know, as a basketball player. I didn't think Julius Randle's jump shot would fall off like this. I thought RJ Barrett would, you know, have a leap year, kind of like, you know, kind of take his game to the next level as, you know, off the dribble guy, and especially as a defender. And, you know, so far this year, the Knicks have been kind of disappointing. Not even kind of, they've just been very disappointing. But, you know, it's Knicks basketball. We're used to this. But, you know, it is what it is. The Knicks, they definitely can make the playoffs. This isn't the end of it. It's only been 21 games. We got like, what, 60-something games left to go. This can still be turned around, but right now, the things that I need to see, the good thing is that Kemba's out of rotation but they just need more offensive output from Julius Randle when it comes to scoring the ball. He's doing fine playmaking, and they just need, you know, better play from the guard position in the starting lineup. So hopefully Alec Burks can continue his good play in the starting lineup, because last night they were battling against the Nets, and it was just, you know, a group effort from everybody. Everybody was contributing, and they were playing some good defense on everybody. They had Kevin Durant in a box until, you know, it got late, but they did a really good job against one of the best players on the planet. So you just hope that the Knicks can kind of bounce back, find identity on defense again, and, you know, you just hope that things, you know, turn out better over the year. But yeah, man, if you see the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Knicks in the comment section down below. And if you see the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.